on the shores of the Waialale River.
And what are we doing today?
Well, on Maui we did In Search of White Lotus. Today we're doing In Search of the Jurassic Park gates.
This may be one of our most ambitious rides to date. We're riding up into the mountains. We'll be getting close to Mount Waiʻaleʻale, which is the rainiest place in the world. We've had 2 good days of sunny weather, which is why we're going to try and get this ride done today. Because if it's too wet, some of the streams that we have to cross will be too full. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope that we can get to the Jurassic Park gates from the first film. So come along for the ride.
I thought you might be worried. You said the most ambitious ride today because you're worried we're going to get eaten by Tyrannosauruses.
The first part of the ride is on a fairly narrow, busy road, but eventually we will be riding on some, what would in Canada be called a Forest Service road.
Janky gravel.
Janky gravel. So we will definitely be riding up into the mountains today. I don't know how much elevation gain we'll see, but I'll link my Strava route to the video so you can get a better idea of the route and what kind of a ride it was. This is where the climb begins. Mount Waiʻaleʻale in front of us. And I think this is probably the first time in the 2 weeks we've been here that we've had an unobstructed view of that mountain. Just love how lush this island is. Everywhere you go, it's like a rainforest. That face with all the channels running down it, I think is what they call the weeping wall. And on a rainy day, I can imagine there is just tons of water pouring down that face. So this is, I think, where the pavement kind of comes to an end. And the adventure begins. This definitely reminds me of Jurassic Park. I can see why they chose this island for their filming location.
Jungle! My happy place. We're in Hawaii, we're riding our bikes. Lovely. We are at the Arboretum.
And what's the plan from here?
We're about to go up that road.
And what road is that?
That's the beginning, I believe, of towards the power line road. But we're gonna, instead of going straight at the very top, we're gonna turn to the left and look for the Jurassic Park gates and Tyrannosauruses.
So this is where the road really turns into a Forest Service road. It's no longer paved. So this is where the adventure begins.
Not a gravel ride until I pushed up something.
We are in the jungle now. Okay, so there are some yellow gates up here at the top of this hill, and we are going to the left. So the road to the right is the Powerline Trail, and we are heading off to the left.
Adventure begins. We're now paused. Those are Jurassic footprints.
Even the ferns out here are of gargantuan dimensions.
I was just worried the ankles would go over.
Onward to Jurassic Park. Our feet are a little wet now. Our remnants of a paved road out here. I wonder if when they were filming Jurassic Park, this was actually paved. That crossing obviously is prone to flash flooding, so we picked the driest couple of days to do this ride. And hopefully we don't get caught out in a thunder shower, because then we might be stranded on this side of Jurassic Park. Okay, what are these trees called, Catherine?
These are albizia trees.
And apparently they are invasive. They're incredibly beautiful, but they're from Africa. The problem is they break very easily.
You hear that?
And I hope you could hear that.
So the issue is, in Africa they didn't get as much water, but here, because they get so much water, they grow like 15 meters a year or something, so they're actually quite a brittle tree. They're not that stable because they just grow too rapidly.
Okay, we are going to ride under this tree very quickly.
Days.
Yeah.
Or today.
We're getting close. I think we're getting close. We still have one water crossing.
After this?
No, this is the last one.
Just reach forward with each foot and feel your way. Just feel the reach. Yeah, you're doing what I did.
Be really careful here. Getting to be more and more a 4x4 road, but the specialized diverges are doing a pretty good job, and I'm glad we have our 650B wheels with our big 47mm tires for this chunky stuff.
Turn? No, that way.
We're going to the left.
To the left?
Yes. I can see why they tell people if you're coming this far you have to be in a four-wheel drive. Thank goodness for our gravel bikes.
Yeah. This is so fun. Jurassic gravel. I think we went from gravel biking to mountain biking.
This is definitely a dinosaur. We've made it to the gates of Jurassic Park.
Wow. Wow. And look what a view we have today of the wall behind.
Absolutely spectacular. I really do expect a T-Rex to come charging out of the bush at any moment. What was that? So if we go a little farther here, we get to the T-Rex pen location where we first were introduced to the T-Rex. Wow. Wow. It is getting mucky here.
Look, I see T-Rex footprints. Whew.
The views are just spectacular.
or two and then I'm off again. It's too scary.
Sorry? Well, it's super muddy. Okay.
Stinky boots. Even Jeremy's walking this bit.
Okay, so this is where the T-Rex paddock was. And I think this is probably the end of our ride. I was saying to Catherine, we must be some of the first human beings to have ridden our gravel bikes this far into Jurassic Park. The bikes are showing a little bit of wear from today's adventure. So we took our time getting up here. We've been riding for moving time just under 2 hours, but it's been a slow slog, especially the last few miles. Well worth the ride, just to see this scenery. Turned around and we are heading home. I'm hoping that the ride out will be a little easier than the ride in. Okay, so we are leaving Jurassic Park. I swear we heard a few velociraptors in the bushes as we were riding.
Big, stopped in there, big holes, big divots.
If it weren't for all the helicopter noise, you would swear you were a million miles from civilization out here.
It's scary because you don't know what's underneath, how deep it's going to be.
Was it worth the...
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's worth the terrifying ride part. Well, I'm glad. These are not the Jurassic gates. I think it was better than expected because I was expecting massive Jurassic gravel piles and holes, which I did get at the end. It was a fabulous ride. I'm really thrilled that we did it. It was so much fun. Gates themselves a little underwhelming, but the fact that, I mean, we had such a beautiful day and the whole backdrop of the mountains, they were just so clear. It was actually, I think, a really great day to have done it. Did epic shit. Yes, I would do that ride again. So what I least enjoyed about the ride is that it got out of my comfort zone by quite a bit. It became like lots of big pothole, like big potholes. Like I wouldn't even want to drive a 4x4 through those. I think you'd get stuck and hung up on them. So it became mountain bikey, which is not my forte, but happy to hop off my bike and push that little puppy. It's not a gravel ride until I push my bike up or down something. It was actually fun to cross a couple of those. Well, one was a river crossing. We were dead slow the first time round, and then we wised up how to do it on the way back, so we were about 5 times faster. So yeah, I enjoyed doing the river crossing, and then just, you know, through some of those puddles, you didn't know how deep they were going to be, or if you were going to suddenly go down and get stuck. Sorry, turned out to be fine. And then, you know what, swelching through ankle deep slick red mud was, yeah, that was actually kind of fun too. So they have these big albizia trees that grow, I don't know the exact number, but they apparently grow like huge amounts every year here because there's so much water compared to where they were imported from. So they're actually quite brittle. So we could hear the cracking and rubbing against the branches as we were riding through these big tunnels of albizia trees. And sure enough, on the way back, there was a fairly sizable branch that had come down and was across the road. We missed that one. So if you're enjoying our little adventures, please give us a like, leave a comment, or subscribe if you're up to that. Thank you.